What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony. I got my co-host, Kyle. Say what's up. What's happening, y'all? Let's get this shit going, baby.
What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony. No co-host Kyle tonight. The fiance took him out. He's on husband duty, so no Kyle tonight. But we do got my co-host Smitty. Say what's up.
What's good, y'all? We back.
We back just in time for the playoffs right around the corner. We got 3 games left in the regular season. It's crunch time. And some of these teams are peaking, some aren't. We'll break it all down tonight. Before we do that, drop a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. We're locking in. 3 weeks away from the playoffs starting. Heat of the NBA season. NBA Cup just wrapped up too. Shout out to the Knicks, I guess. But sports are great year-round. Everything's going down. So tap in, drop a like, subscribe.
Oh yeah, man. Love to some people's GOAT for retiring from boxing, Bud Crawford. A luxurious career, really put on for the sport. Should he go out with an undefeated record? You know what I mean? I don't know if it's, permanent. We see a lot of boxers put down the gloves and pick them up, but he was kind of interesting to watch, man. Obviously, I watched a lot of boxing and, Mayweather, a little bit of Sonny, a little bit of these guys, but really good, man. So shout out to him for what he did for boxing, and hopefully he has a great retirement.
Yeah, shout out. I didn't watch a lot of Terrence Crawford, but I know he's a dog, and congrats to you in retirement.
You missed some good boxing, man.
Yeah, but let's talk about this NFL stuff. We got a lot going on in the NFL this past week. Obviously, the playoff races are heating up. We're in the full heat of playoff contention. Where do you want to start? We could start with the injuries, knocking some teams out of the playoffs, changing the structure of the playoff race. Obviously we're going to touch on the Eagles. But where do you want to start, Smitty?
Let's go injuries, man. I think obviously we just played the worst team in football, so we can talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Get right game. But yeah, unfortunate circumstances for some teams here, particularly the Chiefs and the Packers. Patrick Mahomes with a torn ACL and I believe MCL as well. LCL. Yep. ACL, LCL in the loss to the Chargers, eliminating him out of playoff contention, which, we would have thought at the beginning of the season would be absolutely crazy to fathom, but here we are. Eagles dynasty killers once again.
No, it's not. I said at the beginning of the season they wasn't making the playoffs.
I have to go fact check that, but
yeah, go back. If you go back and look at my if Kyle give you my thing, I got Denver winning the division.
Yeah, I think
the Chargers coming in second. I got the Chiefs coming in. Actually, I got the Chiefs coming in third. Third.
Yeah, which is how it's gonna shake out.
But I think I had them missing the playoffs at 10-7 though.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and double check the tape. Kyle, if you're in here, stat that please.
Yeah, please.
But it's obviously unfortunate, how late in the season that it's happened. It wasn't like they were going to do much of anything anyway. But you never want to see a player of Mahomes' caliber go down like that. But it's just kind of a microcosm of their season, in my opinion. Just he's had to shoulder the load offensively so much so to the fact that like he couldn't take it anymore. The we've seen the offensive line struggles. The lack of a run game at times. They were one dimensional, and Mahomes had a lot on his plate. And even Mahomes needs help. A lot of people want to shit on my quarterback about he's got too much help. Patrick Mahomes would have liked to have some help like we got. But
I don't know how help became a negative.
Exactly.
In a sport they say is the most team oriented, help is an issue. The math never maths for me, and every time somebody says it, I'm like, okay, so we're playing a sport where you're kind of relying on like 30 plus people because people put it down to 22. But I always ask special teams because some of the guys that play on special teams don't play defense. They don't play those spots. So we're relying on 30 plus people, and you're telling me it's only supposed to be one good person. How does that ever work? It's 30 people. That's like think about it like in this sense, y'all. You're on a job. It's 30 of us working. We're doing the same job. But only one person is going to be good at doing the job. Everybody else is going to be regular. They're going to be insufficient. We're going to do a big job. We got to do it for 20 weeks to get the big paycheck. But only one person is doing all the work. How does that work? I don't think he's going to last 20 weeks.
Yeah.
But if you got 15 good people and 15 average people, and we're all working together, then you got people helping the average people get along. We get it done faster, and everybody survives the struggle.
Yeah, and it's same thing in the NFL.
Yeah, like what? We're gonna have 11 people on offense, but only one person good.
Yeah.
We got 11 people on defense, only one person good. Like
one guy is supposed to carry the load for the entire unit. Doesn't work.
The whole
that
22
way.
is only supposed to be one person good. Everybody else is supposed to just like You know what those, you know what that team is? The Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That's just like how fantasy football and analytics have like tainted the true perspective on
it's the
sports.
microwave fans. And it's these microwave fans. They want everything fast, and then they want to alter every narrative.
Yeah.
I heard something the other day that really messed me up. And it's not really the other day, but like a year ago. I was in a space. I was in the listeners, and the dude said, "I'll never let the truth come in the way of my narrative." So you'll lie. Basically, you'll lie to be right.
Yeah. But when is that ever right? Like,
it's with that with multiple teams. Like, I'm not even doing it from an ego perspective. It's multiple teams that I think are constructed well, and they are doing well, and they're let's start it right. The Broncos, very well constructed team.
Yeah,
Bo Nix get all the hate. He get all the hate, no matter what he does. He have a good game. He have an average game. He come back from 10, come back from 20. They're like, I don't know about Bo Nix. And it's like, the team is constructed well. They're constructed to win games. Now, the next team is the Seahawks. Constructed well. But the only person that's really getting love on the Seahawks right now is JSN. Because everybody has some type of narrative to push for Sam Darnold. But nobody wants to say, hey, man, the GM did a really good job, bro. He constructed a team that Sam Darnold don't got to do a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
If he
that's
just do his
true.
job, they win games.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's like any other team, you surround the right guys together and, you know, put all the right pieces in place and
But Matthew
it
Stafford, on the other hand, is on a team that's constructed well, but he get all the love.
yeah. It's
Like
all about the
he got Devontae Adams, which we finna probably talk about in a second, injury,
yeah.
and Puka Nakua with a decent offensive line with some decent tight ends with a nice
Good
running
back
game, and
and
they're
a good
playing
head
really good
coach.
football because the defense is also playing at the top of the league.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about the optics and you know, I just think that, we get too consumed in the stats versus like the result on the field and you just lose track of that and as Eagles fans, like it's fine that everybody else is worrying about everything else and we're worried about winning because that's the main objective. Like at the end of the day, you're not going to remember Matt Ryan who put up all these stats and doesn't have any hardware to show for it. Like you're going to remember the guys that
You're,
won Super
you're gonna
Bowls and
remember him, but what you're gonna remember him for, eh?
yeah, they'll remember him for blowing a 28-3 lead, but like
28-3. That's all you're gonna remember Matt Ryan for. Like,
yeah.
like, listen, Tony Romo right now has some of the best regular season numbers in NFL history.
Mhm.
But we remember him for not getting it done in the playoffs.
And now
Dak
all we remember
Prescott is gonna be in the same boat.
yeah.
He's gonna have
Yeah.
some incredible numbers with a shit playoff record and nothing to show for, no hardware.
Yeah. But Philip Rivers damn near like he's been out of the league 5 years and we just about forgot about him. Now he decided to get off the couch and join the unction. He's another one where, great stats, doesn't really have much playoff success to show for it.
Bruh, his biggest playoff success came to a loss to Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
Well,
bruh,
that
he
and
will
the
always go
torn
down as
ACL game.
you lost to butt fumble.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they can think what they want. To me, it's all about winning, and
That's why I
at
don't
the end of the
understand
day,
the hate
that's
on Jalen, bro. Like Jalen did with any team right now. Do a survey. You take off the name and you put down 2 conference championships, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 win, Super Bowl MVP, MVP runner up, second team All Pro. Any team, bro, in a vote in a
yeah,
poll right now, they taking that hands down.
yeah, I would, but because it's Jalen Hurts, they don't want to because it doesn't look the way they want it to. Who cares how it looks? Look at what it resulted in. That's what I care about. But yeah, as far as Mahomes, you know, prayers up to a speedy recovery for him. Hopefully he should be back by the start of next year. It just depends like how complicated the LCL makes it. Um, but we'll see. He'll
Because the
bounce back for
LCL
sure.
allows your knee to go sideways.
Yeah.
So that's gonna affect his cutback motion.
Yeah.
And I think what ACL is allows it to bend, right?
Yeah, it like stabilizes the knee. But
I
yeah.
know the meniscus holds it firm in the middle.
Yeah.
MCL is fuck. I know how they work in a sense when I'm kind of like got them into my face, but I
Hmm.
know LCL is left and right. So it allows your knee to, be able to function left and right. I think ACL is what allows it, the bottom of it to bend back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Yeah.
MCL is what holds both parts, is like the hinge, which holds both sides of the knee to allow everything to stay together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
he said, he's looking, to be back season opener. I guess it was somebody else previously with the same injury, and they made for the season opener, and they got hurt around the same time. So I'm assuming he'll be back, week 1.
Yeah. He could probably make it happen for sure, and the Chiefs will need it. It'll be interesting to see how they try to reload in the offseason, because now it's just kind of a lost cause and what happens next. But yeah, it's definitely something we'll monitor, and prayers to Mahomes. But another ACL tear, superstar edge for the Packers, Micah Parsons against Denver. Another non-contact injury. He tears his ACL, ending his season. That's a tough blow for Green Bay, because he really made a difference on that defense, really brought them to, kind of the next level from where they were last year to this year. Not to say that they're not still not a great coached squad as a whole, but Micah Parsons makes life easier for a lot of guys on that defensive line. So it's going to be interesting to see.
He took that defensive line from good to great, to be honest.
Now they're essentially back to where they were, like, in the wild card game last year against us.
Maybe even less, because they don't even have Kenny Clark now.
Yeah. That's true. So it's definitely tough for them, because, like I said, he made such a difference for them. But we'll see if they decide to make a move. I know there's some guys out there that I'm sure
Matthew Judon just got released, so
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he got a call from the Packers here soon.
Yeah, they might go after him. They might go after Zadarius Smith. He had eyes emoji on Twitter. Definitely not about us.
Yeah, but we didn't give up his rights.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, we didn't. He's on the injured retired list. If he returns, he's an Eagle. He doesn't play anywhere.
That makes sense.
We did the same thing the Bills did to Darius Slay as what we did to Zadarius.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought he's
not a free agent. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought he was a free agent. I didn't know we had him on the injured retired list. I know Jair's there.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Howie not dumb. He's not just throwing you back in the woods because you said you need some time.
Yeah.
Nah, we gave up collateral. If you want to come back and play, you come back and play for
us. I guess the Bills said the same thing to Slay though. But
they didn't give up anything though.
Yeah, no, they just claimed.
You had no reason to pick him up out the waiver wire and then force him to stay.
Yeah,
that's such a shame too, because waived, he wouldn't have ever came and talked to the Bills about anything.
Yeah, it's a shame too, because
we were next.
We were next, right? And we put a claim in. So
the Bills 22 and they're 21.
Yeah, the Bills didn't put a claim in. Adoree Jackson is off my team. Slay's back. But you know what?
Adoree's been playing. Adoree made y'all shut up a little bit.
He's been solid. I'll give it to him, because you know me. I've been saying it all season. How are we okay with this? But he's shut me up the last few weeks.
Yeah, I can't be mad. He kind of well, outside of week 1 and a couple of instances in games up until week 6-ish, he's been serviceable.
Yeah.
And but see, what people don't pay attention to, that somebody like me would pay attention to, is the scheme changed. So instead of it looks like, Quinyon is following, but Quinyon is playing the short side of the field, the easier throws.
Yeah.
He's playing where you can get the passes off a lot faster. So he's giving Adoree, Vic Fangio is basically giving Adoree room to make up errors, instead of just making him guard every side of the field. He knows what side of the field he's on. If the ball is on the left hash, he's on the right side of the field. He's playing the larger side of the field where most of the time teams aren't trying to throw. They're trying to get it in the shorter routes. But if you've noticed, those out routes he was getting killed on the first 5 weeks on the short side of the field, he's now breaking them up.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's a longer throw. He has a couple extra steps to get to the rock.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing bad defense at first. He just couldn't get back. He didn't have, sometimes he just didn't have that fluid flip to get back to the rock.
Yeah.
And
a lot of times it's exactly that. Like he has good position. He's got the sticky coverage, but it's just if he had an extra step, he would have made a play on the ball. But yeah, I mean, I think too the addition of Jalen Phillips at the trade deadline helped a lot. Not only
when
for
you
him,
watch on Saturday, though, when you watch on Saturday, remember what I just told you, and then tell me if I'm right the next time you see me.
Thinking about the Raiders scheme, it kind of does make sense though, because he did have what was like 2 PBUs, kind of similar to that, where it was like that longer.
Just go back when you watching the game on Saturday, watch where the ball's placed at, and watch him play the longer throw every time. He's gonna be on the longer side of the field. He's gonna be on the field side, and you're gonna watch Quinion play the short side every down.
Yeah,
You're gonna be like, dang, Smitty, how you peep that? But I was watching, I'm like, it doesn't feel like Quinion's following, because anybody that's going to wherever he's at is who he's playing. And then I was just like, what changed? And then I had seen somebody talking about it. They said the scheme changed.
Yeah.
They were like, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like, oh, they did.
Yeah.
He's just not playing the other receiver. He's playing a certain side of the. Oh, it worked.
Yeah. To me, it didn't seem like Vic really wanted Quinion in a perfect world to travel. So, I mean, it makes sense why he has the scheme the way that he does, having Quinion in one spot and Adoree in the other. But just the fact that Adoree has kind of settled into his own and he's actually been, more consistent and serviceable, and he's been making plays.
Does that
like
speak more
promising
to Vic or to Adoree?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking a question. Like, does it speak more to Vic being like a mastermind to figure out like to play that way, or is it Adoree that's like figured out a way to play in the role that he's asked to?
I think probably. I mean, it's got to be a little bit of both. Like I said, I think adding Jalen Phillips to the pass rush, gives it gives them less time to have to play coverage in the back end, which makes things a little bit easier on Adoree. And it also gives Vic the flexibility to adjust the scheme, to where, he doesn't have to favor the pass rush as much, because it was quite an issue over the first couple weeks of the season where, we had a lack of pass rush. The run defense was good, not
feel like
great.
at times we had a lack, but at times teams was really like they were throwing the quick throws so much.
Yeah.
We couldn't even get pass rush. But it was like a, I don't even know when, bro. I can't even tell you the week. But like it was like a flip, like boom. And they were like sticky. Everything was like hard to get. And it was like, oh damn, it's a total different defense.
Yeah.
Like if this defense that we were playing right now played the Broncos, we win that game.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
We win that Giants game. But something happened. And I really feel like people gonna think I'm crazy, bro. Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis, bro, have stepped into leadership roles in their own, bro. And they're really taking this Eagles team to a different level. If you ever listen to Kobe Dean talk, it's never like, we got to get back to the scheme. We got to get back to coverage. We got to get back to rushing the. We have to get back to physicality. at the point of attack. That's all he talk about.
Yeah.
And if you ever listen to the great old coaches, they always talk about like the more physical team is gonna win. Cause somebody's gonna get tired of getting punched in the mouth.
Yeah. Make sure it's not us. Yeah,
And Jordan Davis, bro, isn't well up until Moro Jomo got the sack, he was leading us in sacks.
yeah. Yeah, he's been ever since he came back, he's been a spark plug for this defense, and things have been
That
much different in a
Peloton,
good way.
man.
And not to say that Jahad Campbell hasn't been great, because he was like the first couple weeks of the season, but my worry was like, okay, like if he plays well, how does Nakobe Dean fit in? It doesn't matter. Nakobe Dean, he's just an impact leader on the defense, impact player. We got to figure out a way to keep him this offseason. He's got to command some resources from us, because we cannot lose a linebacker like that.
Bro,
And I know he has his plays in pass coverage at times, but
I don't even care. Because
yeah,
he make up for it sometimes in the same sense.
Yeah. He's the engine of the defense. It's really what makes the defense go, in my opinion.
Everybody thought it was Zach Bond, though.
Yeah.
And I tried to tell people, Zach Bond was feeding off Nakobe, putting him in the right spot sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Nakobe, when you watch the Eagles defense, if you watching the All-22, you're not watching no offense. Nakobe jumps off the screen. Every time he blitz, every time he's in the run, he jumps off the screen. He is literally like, to me, bro, this, like, I love Zach. But Zach, think about this, right? It's real funny. And then we can move on if you want. Do you remember how people were kind of saying like Zach Bond was having a down year for the first few weeks before Nakobe got back on the field?
Yeah.
How are they talking about Zach right now?
Talking about him like he's having another all-pro season. He's been solid.
Zach Bond and Nakobe together make yin and yang.
Yeah.
But it's Nakobe physicality that make everything easier.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, that's the one thing. Like, it was like the first game back. I forget. It might have been a screen or a run. It might have been a run.
It was a screen.
An outside run.
It was a screen. It was a screen play. They threw it outside. Nakobe squeezes through the line there.
I've never seen a linebacker hit a hole that hard and that fast in my life. Like, I didn't even know it was Nakobe Dean at first. I was like, holy, who was this? And then the replay is Nakobe Dean. It's like, wow. It's that type of stuff that, like, it doesn't grow on trees, and like, you got to find a way to keep him. And I think he's a guy that Howie definitely doesn't want to let go out the door. So he'll definitely make it a point to make sure he stays.
Do you remember him coming out and saying like he thought he was ready at the beginning of camp?
Yeah.
Do you think Vic Fangio created a monster? But you had him sitting there, he's like, I know I can be out there like making a difference. Like, I know I can.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, you can't play right now. Like,
yeah, but I could.
like, I know I can. Like, right now, I feel great. And then it's like, you put him back out there, he's just like, I want to hit some shit. Like,
yeah.
And like, the impact he has, like, we're just really thinking, it's only 9 games. This will be his 10th game on Saturday.
Yeah, he's been an absolute impact player. And like I said, I love Jahad Campbell and I love Zach Bond, but Nakobe Dean is he's just such a difference maker. Like when he came back,
was too much. Jahad in the run was a liability though.
In the run, yeah, he definitely is. He definitely has to work on his run defense. But
I'll give him that he's a better. Well, I'll say when he's in the right position, he's a better pass defender than Nakobe.
Yeah,
but he
Yeah.
got caught out. He get caught out of position a lot of the times because he get his eyes caught exactly where the quarterback want him to. You know what I mean? In the
Yeah.
backfield.
I mean, he's a rookie, so yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. But
I think the ultimate plan is probably Nakobe Dean and Jihad at some point, or maybe Jihad and I don't know if they have that faith in Trot. I really don't.
yeah, I don't know. I think more likely than not, it'll probably be Jihad and Nakobe. Um, like once Zach Bond's contract runs out, I definitely think Jihad Campbell could step into that role, and you'd be a fool to let Nakobe Dean walk out the door. Um, and with the age factor as well, like him and Jihad are much younger. Zach Bond's going to be 31 by the time his contract's over.
Yeah.
Um, so that's probably what the plan is if I would have to guess. But we'll definitely see. But who would have thought Eagles having too many good linebackers? Who would have ever thought?
A position just a few years ago we didn't even value.
And now look where we're at now.
We had what? T.J. Edwards and
We
White and
we had
anybody who just playing
Nicholas
linebacker.
Morrow and Zach Cunningham.
And what was Buddy with the what was the Buddy with the Devin White? Did we have Devin White on? No. We had Buddy from the Colts.
Shaq Leonard.
Shaq
Shaq Leonard.
Leonard.
We were
Yeah, it was bad. It was
desperate.
bad. And
But
people, but this is the thing, like people really want to sit here and be like, this 2023. No, bro, we just had a bad moment of football. A bad
yeah,
moment. We had 3 games. This isn't 2023, bro. Nobody like I, for you to tell me it's 2023, we would have had to get really punched on.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like for I not saying that I thought it was entirely 2023, but it was trending that way in my eyes a little bit. But I know that this team is not the same team as 2023. The talent, this is a much more talented team, more complete team than 2023. The coaching is much different. Um, and obviously the defense was the issue, really the key issue in 2023. And then once the offense got figured out and was vanilla, then it all really fell apart. Um, we have a Super Bowl caliber defense that has been keeping us in pretty much every single game. It's just the offense that has to find that spark and find that rhythm and the consistency. The lack of execution and the penalties have really killed the offensive rhythm. And the game against the Raiders, we can touch on that in the last couple of weeks. That the game against the Raiders this past Sunday was key for the Eagles. And I get the whole, oh, it's just the Raiders, they're ass. The Raiders are an NFL team too. They beat the Patriots this year, so they're a team. But a lot of the stuff offensively I saw was promising. Balanced attack, a lot of under center and play action.
How much Bowling Green tape have you watched?
I've seen some clips, and it is, there's some
No,
influence
not
there.
the clips, man. Not the clips, man. The real tape, man.
I haven't seen Bowling Green tape, but I know the
Listen,
shuffle pass
so
is from
when we pick, it ain't even just a shovel pass. I can break up a few plays from Bowling Green that I've actually, cause I actually, I be actually like when we pick Buddy up, I had, you remember I was doing well, now the platform is closed, so I can't do it now as much.
Mhm.
But I was putting out the college tape, bro. I was on Film Junkies. That was the name of my platform on playback. And we was
Yeah.
doing a lot of the tape, and we signed Buddy from Bowling Green maybe for like 2 episodes on there. We was watching nothing but Bowling Green tape, and not only is the shovel pass from them, but that double move we ran to the Devontae Smith. That was crazy. 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 That was c
The deep ball.
Yeah, that's also a play that I see him run a lot at Bowling Green. Um, and shit, it's another play we ran. It's a couple more plays though, but I'm I feel like that's what Kevin needs. He
Yeah.
needs somebody that not trying to take his job or not trying to get him fired, was really just trying to teach him and show him some things. And when you get a team around you that's really trying to help you, that's how you get better. That's how you get more
Yeah.
ideas. And I don't like. I told people like, at a point, yes, I did want Kevin Patullo fired, but if he's gonna actually be a sponge and learn some shit while he's back there, and he's actually trying to improve and be a better OC, then I'm along for the ride.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely I feel the same way. I think, we have that standard of excellence and perfection that is very unrealistic to attain every game. Especially coming off of, last year.
I think we really,
That,
really the problem is what's it called it too. Like Brian Johnson never like improved,
yeah.
and
Yeah. So
we having PTSD right now.
yeah. And myself included, like, I haven't given Kevin Patullo much of a runway to, you know, make mistakes, learn, but that's really what you have in a first year coordinator. Um, but seeing what he put out there on Sunday against the Raiders was promising. There was a rhythm. He was, setting stuff up. I love the fact that they get Dallas Goedert involved so much because he's such an underrated piece of the passing attack. And, the run game is what it is. I think it really goes as the offensive line goes. So I feel like it'll start to get better as we get closer here to the playoffs.
I think once we get our last piece back, I think they're starting to gel as an
Yeah,
offensive line. Once we get Lane back in the fold, I think things will open up.
yeah, I agree because you see it. They're one block away. They're just so close to breaking that big run like we saw so much last year. But they just got to put it together, and the
But
penalties have
I
been
prefer it this way though. Like
yeah.
get hot right when the playoffs hit.
If you think about it a little bit last year, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, obviously we had the
Uh,
historic run game, but as an offense in and of itself, that was a big question mark at this point last season.
but I don't think the passing, in my opinion, like this year, like I know people are saying like the passing game is inept, but like I think it's I think it's had I think it's had its times. And
Yeah, it
now
definitely has.
I think even though we lost 3 games, in those 3 games, I think the passing game, outside of the fucking turnover bowl, I think it was a
Yeah,
very efficient pass game.
and even in that one, like I felt like conceptually we did some pretty good things. It just you know Smitty slips, AJ Brown, alligator arms a high ball. And then, whatever the hell the double turnover was, like other than that, like I feel like the passing game over the last 2 weeks has been, kind of on the upswing. For
I
me,
think
the
it's like
big
the last
thing,
5 weeks.
yeah, yeah. But I think for me, the big thing is penalties. That
Damn.
that's the big thing
Somebody
because
say it out loud. Please. Why the heck? Why is all these false starts, these holding
mhm,
calls? Like we had a lot of plays where it was like 1st and goal, and then you just like, what's the flag? Holding. God dang.
yeah, I mean that the turnover bowl. You look at it like we had a touchdown to AJ Brown, got called back for holding. Ended up,
Which
I
was
don't even think we got
trash.
three.
I want to check the referee bank account because that call was trash.
Yeah,
What did you get paid, young sir?
Yeah, and then Jalen Hurts with the scramble in overtime. It was critical first down picked up, called back for holding. Like the issue has been we're making good momentum on a drive. We make a big play and it gets called back for a penalty, or just on a first down there's a false start or something. That has been the probably the biggest deterrent of this offense being successful. And I'm just glad that we had pretty a overall clean game against the Raiders, that we can build on this and go into this last 3-game stretch to put it all together just in time for the playoffs. Because if we're playing like we did against the Raiders on Sunday, against any of these NFC teams, like we can beat any of these people. It's just a matter of us not beating ourselves. That's really all it comes down to. We have a championship level defense. We obviously know the talent we have on offense. They just need to keep it clean. The game plan needs to be balanced. Got to keep the opposing defense honest. Like we've seen too, where we change, to too extreme at times. Like AJ Brown, made the comments about the offense not being as good. Well, we overcorrected and started force feeding them the ball. That didn't help anything. Or the under center stuff. Like we did it and then we stopped doing it and then we did it again. Like we know what works. We saw what worked last week. Let's just build on that and go play ball the way we know how we can play.
For sure. I think down this 3-game stretch, Kevin Patullo can learn a lot. You know what I mean? And put some wrinkles on it. Bring it into the playoffs. Like,
yeah,
a lot of teams are prepared for us to be, quote unquote, predictable. So let's be not predictable. It's easy not to be predictable at this point because you have tape of everything you did. Now let's set it up. Okay, they're gonna be prepared for this, but we're gonna do this. And I think he's doing that now. He's starting to see it now. Cause like, when the last time we seen that shovel pass?
Tampa Bay.
So it's been a long time. He's starting to bring it back. He's starting to
Yeah.
this work, that work. Let's get some things rolling. We can make some things, and now you can start to build some confidence, some continuity, and some structure going into the playoffs and make a push.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is where you want to be peaking. And for Kevin Patullo, if he's peaking, now it's, he's peaking at the right time. I think, any of us would prefer, him to be hitting his stride now versus, coming out the gate hot and then, being like, oh, I'm him. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Defenses figure it out. And, he doesn't adjust. So, I mean, yeah, like any first time coordinator, there's going to be learning curves. And, the last couple of weeks, he's made some good strides. I just want to continue to see the improvements and the consistency, because really, like, say what you want, he's probably the weak link in all of this. So like, as much as he gets, as much as he improves and as much as he does, like that's what's either going to propel us to back to back, or it's going to hold us back.
What I'm ask a question here. So like, let's say Vince, we do retain him, which I do believe if he can continue to do what he's doing, he will be retained as the OC. Just to give Jalen Hurts some continuity with an OC, something he can build on. What do you want to see? Like obviously the Eagles keep everything very hush hush, but like, would you like to hear like he went to go, pick up some pointers from here or there, or would you prefer him to be hands on with Jalen? Like, what do you like to see him grow, to believe that he's growing? What would you want to like kind of hear in the rumor mill or whatever?
For Kevin Patullo, I just kind of want to see him call a game with kind of like a purpose, like, okay, this is what I'm going in here to do. We're gonna like we'll set up the run to set up the play action pass, for example. That not saying that that's exactly what I want him to do, but like having a plan and having a feel for, okay, like we'll set up this shot play in 3 or 4 plays because we know that executing this run and this short pass is going to open up this. At times this year, it just kind of felt like he's just calling plays, just like blindfolded, like he's just kind of throwing a dart at a dartboard and saying, "Okay, we're doing this." Um, and last week was a good growth, seeing kind of he called a little bit more of a rhythmic game. So for him, doing that on a more consistent basis would be something that I would be pleased with. Whether that's just pure game experience, or like you said, reaching out to outside people to kind of get advice, or just being on hands on with Jalen, seeing what he sees, which I think they do already. But just kind of locking in on that more, and just understanding, what the personnel does best, because with the runs, we try to get the inside run going so much, but whatever it is this year, it just hasn't been working. We know that Saquon Barkley and this offensive line thrive in the off tackle running and running outside. Do that a little bit more, please. We know it works. So that's really what I want to see from Kevin Patullo. Just more be more consistent. He has shown flashes throughout the season of good flow, good plan. I just want to see him put it together for a whole game, and then hopefully he can build on that for a stretch of games. So that's really what I want to see from KP. Maybe he can do it this year. Maybe it's like if we retain him in the offseason and he learns throughout to next season, we'll see. But looking at it now, we have a good opportunity for him to kind of hit his stride. He had a good game calling plays last week. Hopefully he brings it into this week.
I think when you go into the off season, like especially like depending on how the playoffs end and things of that nature, right? So obviously, even no matter the outcome, right? That's why I didn't include an outcome when I was asking you. Like even if
Yeah.
we win, even if we go all the way, you know what I mean? Even if the ultimate goal is accomplished, I do want to hear some things about him getting better. You know what I mean? Trying to improve himself. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it obviously a lot of the guys in the league you might can't reach out to, but there are people, you know what I mean, you can reach out to just to, you know what I mean, pick up some things. And, you know, I know Jalen has his own regimen in all season, so it's getting one on one with him would be nice. You know what I mean, building some things, because I mean that's where it starts, right? The relationship between quarterback and OC really is what structures the offense. So um, I think we're in a good spot right now, though, going into the latter half of the season, and you really got a chance to kind of rectify some of the things you couldn't earlier in the season, and build on some of the things that did work. Um, like you said, setting some things up for what is anticipated. With some play action, with some under center, with some pistol shotgun. Moving the pocket. I think when you really think about it, I think obviously the team around him. I said it earlier, like the team around him. You take some pointers from those guys because you have some seasoned guys inside that room. No matter what level they played at, they have some knowledge of the game, and they obviously can help you get better. And you have them all there for a reason. To me, like if the offensive line can not struggle as much, I think Kevin Patullo do a way better job of what he's doing. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to draw things up when the offensive line's struggling and you're young at it. I know it's obvious for us as as people believe, oh, you think you the OC. It's like, no, I just watched a lot of football, and you watched a lot of seasoned guys do things, and you like you said earlier, like it's things that we anticipated from a first year guy that might have been unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the offensive line struggling. So us as seasoned NFL fans, what I mean, connoisseurs, savants, whatever you want to call yourself, like we obviously like, well, man, you move the pocket when the offensive line struggling in a certain spot, you move the pocket so the quarterback get more time. You know what I mean, and then he knows where the rush is coming from. Okay, we're saying that, but in the heat of battle, it might be hard to call that. You know what I mean? It might be hard to move the pocket because we haven't really been working on moving the pocket.
Yeah.
So I'm prepared to give him an opportunity to grow, see where he at in these next hopefully 6 games. Shit,
Yeah. I hope
would be
hopefully 6 games.
hopefully 6.
Hopefully
I mean,
6, hopefully 7. We'll see.
nah, 6 will put us right where we need to be. What you mean?
Would a parade?
Yeah, it's 3 games left in the regular season. Wild card, division, conference. If he win the next 6, that put us in the chip.
And I'm talking about winning the chip. I don't want to just get there. I want to win that. But
No, I
yeah,
don't
no,
think we'll lose if we get there anyway.
yeah, no, I think that I think I think KP definitely has a good opportunity here to really show himself. And I do think, if the offensive line plays a little bit better, that, his scheme, works a little bit better. That's just kind of something that's just hamstrung us all year, but between, the inconsistencies with his play calling and then just the penalties after penalties after penalties, just shooting ourselves in the foot left and right just has not worked. So I think cleaning up the penalties will definitely help the offense open things up and definitely let Kevin Patullo get the opportunity to cook. But we'll see how it goes. He definitely, like we said, he definitely has an opportunity to make something happen. And what better time to figure it out than now? Right as you're going into the heat of January.
You have one good test in the middle of like figuring everything out. You got one test. Boom, the Bills.
Yeah. Yep.
Playoff atmosphere. There. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Potential preview for February if we get there. But we'll see. Yeah. Good conversation with KP. I think, I've definitely been one over the course of the season to give him a lot of hate, but same thing with Adoree Jackson. They're settling in. They're playing well. He's scheming well. Let's just keep it going. Let's just keep it going. But I think we as a team are in a good spot compared to, some other teams, and, given the playoff breakdown. So we'll
Jalen Hurts
probably
is 70 yards away from 3K.
who is?
Jalen.
I think that's what. Oh no, he's thrown for 3K before. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
4K.
he's throwing for 3K, but I'm just saying, like last year, he didn't even throw for that.
Yeah.
Very embarrassing numbers last year. But
Well, I mean,
people
Saquon Barkley
hating.
putting up
Saquon
2K.
put up 2K.
Yeah. So let's look at the slate for this week. Some of the big time games and what'll have some playoff implications. Obviously, the Rams against Seattle happening right now. Let me just get a score on that.
13-7.
13-7. Seattle has the ball in Rams territory. It's definitely a big one for seeding, not only for the division in the NFC West, but for seeding, we are kind of hoping that the Rams drop this one if we want a chance at the 1 seed. But
I'll take getting back into the 2 seed. Just how can I get back there?
yeah, because to be honest, in the grand scheme of things, we proved last year that we don't need the 1 seed to win a Super Bowl, and we can take over SoFi. That's not a problem. But I do think there is some runway for us to reclaim number 2 if we win out. Green Bay at Chicago on Saturday. That's going to be a big game. If Green Bay can take care of business there, that's going to put Chicago. They'll probably be tied with. They'll be tied with us. They'll have the tiebreaker. Essentially, it'll be up a game and a half. Which at that point, they would just have to lose either one of the Niners or the Lions, which could happen depending on how things go. So that'll definitely be a game to take a look at. How did that go the first time?
I think Packers won.
Yeah, they did. Yep, they did. 28-21. So that'll be a tough matchup in Soldier Field. How about those talks with the Bears potentially moving out of Chicago to Indiana?
Well, I mean, they're not even from Chicago though.
That's true.
They've been there 100 years though. They've been there 100 years. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be like the LA Lakers moving from LA. Maybe not that stature, but the Lakers have been in LA since like 80 years.
They not even from LA. That's crazy. Yeah. How like some of the franchises is not even from the city they in, but they're like they known for that city though. Like if you move Chicago, like
Yep. Yeah, I mean yeah. But yeah, we'll see. That's definitely a game that we want to keep an eye on there. For the Eagles seeding purposes. Let's take a look at some of the other. Do you think Green Bay could sweep them?
Do you have a scenario? Yeah, I think so. I just don't trust the Bears, man. It's just something about that team. Like, yeah, they beat me. Cool. But even the next day, somebody asked me, like, how do you feel about my team now? And I'm like, I still think you're third best in your division. I don't care about the record.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if Chicago does get the run game going, it's going to be, tough sledding for the Packers, just given that they don't have Micah. But if they can mitigate that running attack, then I think they definitely have a good shot to win. And they're probably the better team, but
Micah not even good against the run though. Micah not even really a run stopper.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. What other matchups are there here? Tampa Bay and Carolina for the NFC South is an interesting one. Nobody's been talking about the Tampa Bay Bucks fall from grace. I think what was it? 7 of their last 8 that they dropped at this point. That's been one of the most quiet collapses in recent memory.
Say that again.
Tampa Bay, I believe they've dropped their last 7 of 8. And it's been a quiet collapse from the Super Bowl expectations of September for some in the media. Not saying that we ever had those expectations. Maybe Kyle, because he's a Baker stan. But Tampa in Carolina for the NFC South.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
because you know
that'll be a good
Carolina has
one.
been very inconsistent as well.
Yeah, yeah, they've been up and down. And really, whoever wins this is probably they'll definitely be locked into the, or I believe they'll be locked into the division. Although I think they play one more. Yeah, they do. So they play this week in Carolina, and then week 18 they play again in Tampa. So we'll see how that goes. Definitely, depending on how it looks up until week 18, I feel like whoever wins here probably has a good shot to win the division. But we'll see. That's definitely one to look out for because that'll impact some things there. Um, Jacksonville at Denver is an interesting matchup. Um,
Yeah, that Jacksonville and Denver, Jacksonville, I think uh, they leading their division right now too. So
yeah, yeah, the Jags are, which crazy to think about. Like Liam Cohen's done a great job there. They just extended Jacoby Myers to a 3-year extension, so
I don't
he's
know.
locked up down there. They got
I
something
don't I
brewing in
don't know
Jacksonville.
why yet. You know what I mean? But hopefully they see something I ain't seen yet because I think since he been there, he only got like what, couple touchdowns, couple 100 yards. Like it ain't been crazy.
Yeah,
So I think they see growth though and what they can do with him, and obviously they got they top pick coming back next year after having a season-ending injury and things of that nature. So they're building something over there. Um, I'm kind of impressed a little bit because obviously when you take somebody out of the seat, who is proclaimed to be top coach, obviously a Super Bowl winning coach. He's pushed out. You kind of think the team is going to kind of have to take a couple years to rebound, and then Liam Cohen comes in and kind of sparks a fire in that offense for sure. And that defense has been middle of the pack as far as overall, but when they had the opportunity to take the ball away, they've been really, really well at that. So
yeah,
they've been,
yeah.
they've
They
been playing
definitely
good as a
have.
unit, man.
And on the other side with Denver, I mean, we've talked about them before. They've been probably out of the AFC for me. They're probably the team. Um, just because they've found ways to win. That defense is playing at an elite level. Bo Nix is he's making enough plays to win the game. They have it built well around him. They run with those 2 running back sets, play action. Um, but that'll definitely be a playoff preview. And Kyle also, flip flopping because Kyle said the Patriots were his team out of the AFC, probably the top dog. And now he wanted me to share with the class that he thinks it's Denver now. So Patrick Mahomes
So
tears his ACL, Chiefs out, and
now Denver's the team, huh?
he don't know which way to flip flop.
I mean, I just don't that like I love that the Patriots story, but I just feel so much like they're the Commanders again.
Yeah, yeah, and you
I
look at their
got that.
schedule too, like it does kind of scream Commanders of last year because Washington's schedule last year was one
Cake.
of the easiest in the NFL.
But I would like to see them. I like to see what it look like, man. I would like to see if there was a matchup I could see. Uh, you know, mano y mano. It's probably either Patriots, Broncos, or Bills, Broncos. But I want to see the Broncos in one of those big games early in the playoffs. Though. Not like AFC Championship, but because I know the Patriots would have to be AFC Championship. I would like to see
Yeah.
them in one of those matchups, man, where you can really see like if they grew as a team and they don't just get like a walk to the playoffs or something like that. I walk to the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll definitely be interesting to see. I think another team in the AFC that could be a potential dark horse is Houston, just because of how their defense has been,
Oh, that
peaking at this
defense!
time.
My God, that defensive line is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Jesus, they are really disrupting up front.
hmm And the offense has been peaking at the right time. Like they're another team. Like it's crazy how many. There's probably 10 to 12 teams that could win the Super Bowl, and we wouldn't be surprised. I mean, even up until Daniel Jones went down, Indianapolis was in that discussion as well. Um, but it's what makes the NFL so great. We got so many teams that are vying for that spot, and they're all right there. I just feel like our team is better than all of them. We just need to go ahead and take it, and we definitely can. We just gotta finish our food.
Let's start with Saturday.
We gotta start with
Saturday,
Saturday.
Saturday, Saturday locks you up a home playoff game.
Yeah, locks you up the division in a home playoff game. Hopefully, we can get
Yeah.
that 2 seed because, um, let me find exactly what.
I asked you earlier, but I don't think you heard me. I think my phone broke up. I was like, can you tell me the scenario just for the 2 seed? I don't really care about it. I seen the 1 seed. There was a lot of things going on, so just want to know what it is for the 2 seed.
So for the 2 seed, we essentially would have to. Well, we would have to win out. Obviously, we'll bank on that. We would need Chicago to lose to Green Bay, um, which would put Green Bay in the lead in the NFC North. And we would essentially need them to probably drop one of the Ravens or Vikings. It looks like, because they have the 10-4-1, they have the tie kind of working in their favor. So we would have to win out. The Packers would have to beat the Bears Saturday and then proceed to lose to either Baltimore or Minnesota, and then we would have the 2 seed.
Oh, that's not a lot. That's not a
Which is
lot.
doable. Yeah, it's
That's
doable.
not a lot. I can see Green Bay winning and then losing to the Ravens. I don't know
Yeah.
about Minnesota. I mean, I don't trust Minnesota that much, but I can see
Yeah,
it. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
me either. It's doable though. It's definitely doable. Because at that point, let's see, it would probably be Packers that would win the NFC North, so they would be 3. And potentially the Bears. It would either be the Bears or the Lions that would be 7. So we would probably get a rematch of Black Friday to
I'm
start.
cool with that. I need that. I need that.
Yeah, I think if we play the Bears again, we'd beat them again.
Yeah, I need that. I need a rematch. I need to run that back one time. I ain't like how that went in the first place.
Nah, me either. I don't think any of us did, but it's definitely doable. I think 1 seed is definitely going to be a stretch, like you said. A lot has to happen for that. Obviously, we'd have to win out and then get a lot of help from the
Yeah, a
Rams.
lot of help.
But yeah, I mean, I think the path is doable because we play 2-7, and then potentially we would play maybe one of because what would it be? Green Bay, yeah. We could potentially play like Seattle or Tampa in Philly in the divisional round, and then all else remains constant. We just go to SoFi for the NFC Championship. But we'll see how it goes. We definitely have a shot to go at the 2 seed. At the worst, we're locked in at 3. And as it stands now, we'd be playing San Francisco round 1.
Okay, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, we could beat San Francisco. San Francisco's an interesting team because, like, on paper, I don't think they're as good, but Kyle Shanahan just has them playing very good ball.
Yeah, they're playing like really, really top tier, and especially with like Mac Jones like coming in and like having to like step in that role for a long period, and then Brock Purdy now coming back. All the injuries they're dealing with, I think they just shut Brandon Ayuk down for the season. So
yeah, they're getting good production from Jawan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall on the outside, and obviously Kittle and McCaffrey. Yeah, that'll
a
be
lot
that'll
of
definitely be
McCaffrey,
yeah.
more McCaffrey, and a little bit more McCaffrey on the side.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We definitely have a shot at it here, but it, like you said, it starts Saturday. We gotta beat the Commanders. How do we feel about a Marcus Mariota revenge game for us? Like,
I don't
not
even know
saying
what
he
I
can
don't even
beat
know what the
us.
revenge would be. What would the revenge be for?
Him being a shitty backup in 2023? I don't know. Chip Kelly? I don't know.
mean, you left on your own. You wouldn't
Yeah.
have seek your own opportunity. We ain't stop you. We ain't cut you.
Yeah.
Your contractual obligations ran out, and we let you leave.
Yeah.
I don't know what the revenge would be for.
Yeah.
I don't even know how somebody that was on your team that was shitty tries to come get revenge in the first place.
Yeah. I don't know.
What? You gonna get mad at us because you were bad? What?
Yeah. I think we just played the game we played against the Raiders, clean game, balanced attack. You know, I think we take care of them handsomely. I think the defense it'll be too much for Mariota to handle anyway. So the offense should have ample opportunity to continue to build off of what they did last weekend. Obviously division games are division games, but I just, no Jaden Daniels. Marcus Mariota has been mid at best,
Laramie
if
Tunsil out
that.
too.
So I
You
think
heard me?
what?
Laramie Tunsil is out too.
Yeah, he's out too. Yeah. So it's going to be a long day. Forever got to line up against Jalen Phillips and Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt.
Ooh, I'm ready for Saturday to just be here. Let's get it over with. Let's dance.
Yep, we just gotta take care of it. I think we'll win. I think they have the spread at 7. I think we cover that easy.
Yeah, I think that'll be easy cover.
Yeah, but yeah, I think a lot to be excited for as an Eagles fan. If you would have got me 2 weeks ago, I probably would have said there's nothing to be excited about. But it's all good. It's the ebbs and flows of the NFL season, and we're doing fine. We'll continue to do our thing and get into this playoffs right and lock in from there.
Facts.
But you got anything else for the people, Smitty?
Man. I mean, it's that time of the year, man. Teams have diminished away. Some of them got E's by their name. Hopefully Saturday I can help another team get an E by their name. You know what I mean? Preferably
I
that
think
one
they
that
already
plays in
got an E by their name. Or are you talking about Dallas?
Yeah, you know it. We win Saturday, they're eliminated.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. The magic number's 1, right?
Yeah, the magic number's 1. So
Yep.
let's do it. I love to see that. And then I get to collect like $250 from this one guy who thought for some reason his team was going to be better than mine. So he went out on a limb and just put his money out there on So
Mm,
I'll pull up
yeah,
on him hopefully Saturday.
yeah, that.
Around about 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? Should be real
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, this has been the Day One podcast. We appreciate you guys for watching. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Whether you're on a boat, bus, or plane, like Kyle says, you can catch the Day One podcast content anywhere in the world, in addition to 4133 the pod content. Like Kyle says, was it the 4 for $100 deal?
Matter of fact, hold on. Holiday special at Metro PCS right now. 4 for the 80. And
4
then
for
you could catch us
80.
everywhere. And the phones are free. You can get a Samsung Galaxy right now, free. Metro, 4 for the 80. You can watch the Day One podcast wherever you at, man.
There's no excuse.
Like,
Phones are
comment,
accessible.
subscribe, hit that notification bell, man. You don't want to miss these lives, man. These lives are very entertaining. And usually, you know what I mean? It's three of us right now, He had to be happy wife, happy life. So,
Yep. But
you
hey,
got to do that right.
we'll hold it down for our co-host. And obviously we appreciate you all for tuning in. Keep it up. Keep tapping in with us. With that being said, I'm Anthony. Kyle's out with the missus. That's Smitty. We're out. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.